Do you understand that life rarely knocks twice? The world is full of people waiting for opportunity to gently tap them on the shoulder, whispering of grand possibility. But the truth is, opportunity pounds on your door when you least expect it, often when you are unprepared or doubting, disguised as challenge, risk, or even inconvenience. Most people don't see it. They let it slip by, excusing themselves with, "I'm not ready," or "it's not the right time." That is how dreams die. Not with a bang, but with quiet hesitation and endless rationalization. If you want to win at life, you must become the rare individual who seizes opportunity, who acts in the split second when others blink, who leaps when others freeze. Because when you delay, you surrender your power to fate, and fate is notoriously indifferent to the wishes of the hesitant. The difference between a person who lives a life of meaning and one who drifts in regret is this: the former acts while the latter waits. Don't let yourself become the latter. I have seen it 1,000 times. The man with great ideas who keeps refining his plans but never pulls the trigger. The woman who talks about her ambitions but shrinks back at the first sign of discomfort. The youth who dreams in the glow of midnight but withers in the light of day. Success is not about how much you know or how perfect your timing is. Success belongs to the bold, to the one who takes imperfect action before the conditions are ideal. Opportunities are always imperfect. If you wait for the world to line up for you, you will wait forever. Look back on your life. How many times have you said to yourself, "If only I had started then"? How many chances have slipped through your fingers because you hesitated? You don't need another decade of preparation. You need to decide. In that single act, you separate yourself from the crowd. There is a natural law at work here. Every time you let a chance pass you by, you reinforce the habit of indecision. You train your mind to shrink, not expand. Soon, hesitation is no longer a momentary lapse. It becomes your identity. You justify it. You call it prudence or wisdom, but it is nothing more than fear in disguise. To transform your life, you must transform your relationship with opportunity. Don't expect it to arrive in golden wrapping, clearly labeled your big break. More often, it comes cloaked in uncertainty and risk. It demands courage, not comfort. The world belongs to those who move while others ponder, who build as others plan, who launch while others wait for the stars to align. There is no perfect time. There is only now. The window of action is always smaller than you think. Blink, and it closes. You might wonder, what if I'm not ready? You're not. No one ever is. But readiness is an illusion, a trick of the mind to keep you safe and small. Growth is not something you prepare for. It's something you force upon yourself by stepping into the unknown. Action is the great teacher. It is only by daring that you develop the ability to succeed. The act of beginning, while you tremble, is what forges greatness. No legend was ever born from comfort. All the wealth, power, and influence you admire was claimed by those who were willing to do what others feared. There is a price for inaction. It is invisible, but it is real. Every chance you ignore is a brick in the wall of regret. That wall gets higher every year until you cannot see over it. You live your days shadowed by what might have been. Let this be the day you break that pattern. Let this be the moment you declare, "Never again will I let fear keep me from moving." That is the first step in reclaiming your destiny. Let me tell you this. Every opportunity, seized or lost, is the result of your habits. If you habitually delay, you will habitually fail. If you act, Even when you doubt, you build momentum. Momentum is the secret weapon of the successful. It doesn't matter how small you start. What matters is that you start. Action compounds. Each step makes the next easier. Confidence is not a gift. It is a reward for courage. Each time you act despite fear, you teach yourself that you are capable, and soon action becomes your default setting. Consider the story of every person who has done anything meaningful. They did not wait for all the facts. They did not poll the crowd. They acted. They invested. They risked. Sometimes they failed, but in failing, they learned. In learning, they adapted. Over time, the very quality that separated them was not genius, but the refusal to let chances slip away. They showed up again and again, while others made excuses. You might say, but what if I lose? You will. Not every risk will pay off, but the greater loss is never trying. The graveyard of lost potential is filled with those who waited for certainty. Meanwhile, the world is built by those who moved on faith, who used setbacks as stepping stones, who treated every mistake as tuition for the future. Don't envy them, emulate them. You must develop a bias for action. Don't overthink. Don't second-guess yourself into paralysis. Your instincts are sharper than you believe. Trust them. Train them by acting and adjusting. The world doesn't reward the critic, it rewards the creator. Don't be the one who watches from the sidelines. Life is too short to be an observer. Your legacy is built in the moment you decide to go for it, even when your hands shake and your heart pounds. Here is a mental exercise. Every day, force yourself to do something that makes you uncomfortable. Make the call, send the message. Apply for the position. Launch the project, speak your mind. Each time you act, you weaken the chains of hesitation. You become the type of person who moves, who shapes their destiny rather than waiting for someone else to hand it to them. Surround yourself with people of action. The hesitant drag you back to safety. The bold propel you forward. You absorb the habits of those you associate with. Find the doers, the risk takers, the relentless. Their energy will infect you. Their standards will raise yours. Stop telling yourself the story that you're unlucky or that opportunities pass you by. The universe provides chances to everyone. The question is not whether you have opportunities, but whether you act on them. Your next breakthrough could be disguised as a small task you've been putting off, a call you keep delaying, an invitation you keep ignoring. The great secret is that action, even in small doses, builds the staircase to everything you desire. Resolve right now, before this very chance slips away, to become the person who acts. Refuse to allow hesitation to be your story. Write a new story, one of relentless pursuit, decisive movement, and courageous leaps. The world is waiting for you to claim what is yours, but it will not wait forever. Doors close, paths vanish. Windows of possibility shrink with every day you spend doubting. No more wasted years. No more missed chances. You are not a spectator. You are a creator, a force of nature, a builder of futures. Act like it. Begin now, while the world is still asleep, while the hesitant are still dreaming. Build the habit of seizing every opportunity that aligns with your vision, no matter how imperfect the timing or how uncertain the outcome. For in the end, the people who win are not the smartest nor the most talented. They are the ones who refuse to let another chance slip away. You have been taught by society to play it safe. From a young age, you are surrounded by the language of limitation. Don't rush. Be careful. Wait until you're ready. Don't get your hopes up. The world is full of people who want you to shrink your dreams to fit their vision of what's possible. They want you to wait in line, to accept less than you desire, to lower your expectations so you are never disappointed. But tell me, what has hesitation ever given anyone but regret? What monument in history stands as a tribute to those who sat on their hands waiting for the perfect alignment of stars? Your life will be measured not by what you considered, but by what you attempted. If you examine the biographies of history's achievers, you will find one thread in common. They acted before they were ready. Edison did not wait for the applause of the crowd before lighting the first bulb. Ford did not consult the doubters before building the assembly line. Carnegie was not born with wealth. He seized his chance with boldness, learning as he went, mastering adversity by meeting it head on. These men live by a law you must accept if you want to achieve anything of worth. Fortune rewards the bold, punishes the passive, and ignores the indifferent. Most people surrender their greatness because they fear criticism. They worry what others might say. They fear being ridiculed, misunderstood, or, worst of all, failing in public. But let me ask you, whose opinion matters more, yours or the faceless crowd that will vanish when your days are over? If you cannot withstand the disapproval of small minds, you will never create anything that matters. The masses have always doubted the pioneers. That is why the masses remain where they are, forever waiting, forever justifying, forever explaining why now is not the time. Meanwhile, the makers of destiny are out in the world, stumbling forward, falling and rising, making their mark. Every time you shrink back from opportunity, you are not only training your mind for regret, you are giving your power to someone else's approval. If you must have the blessing of every friend, every relative, every expert before you move, you will die with your best music still inside you. Independence of mind is essential. Develop it like a muscle. Condition yourself to move, even when others frown. Ignore the chorus of doubters. They are background noise in the symphony of your achievement. Procrastination is another enemy. It is the silent thief of possibility. Each time you say tomorrow, you make it easier to say it again. Eventually, tomorrow becomes never, and your life is filled with what-ifs. The successful have no special powers. They simply refuse to be owned by delay. If a task advances your purpose, do it now. If a decision moves you closer to your goal, make it. Your future self will thank you for every moment you acted and haunt you for every moment you hesitated. You must become a hunter of opportunities. Seek them out. Don't wait for fortune to come knocking. Build your own doors. Opportunities are everywhere for those who train their minds to see them. Train yourself to ask, where can I add value? What needs solving? Who needs what I can provide? The more you look, the more you will find. And the moment you see an opening, move quickly, decisively, with full faith in your ability to figure it out as you go. The world is full of evidence that action, not perfection, is what shapes destiny. The most successful people are rarely the ones with the perfect plan. They are the ones who adjust and refine their course through movement. Don't mistake planning for progress. It is easy to sit behind a desk and tinker with ideas, but only in the crucible of action do ideas become reality. Perfectionism is just fear in fancy clothing. When you act, you learn. When you wait, you rot. You might ask, but how do I know which opportunity is the right one? The answer is simple. You don't. The right opportunity is the one you commit to. There is magic in commitment. It attracts resources, support, ideas, and momentum that the timid never experience. By saying yes and moving, you engage the mysterious power of providence, and the universe begins to respond to your energy. Your confidence grows with every step. As Goethe said, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Most people underestimate the cost of inaction. They believe that by doing nothing, they are safe. But life punishes inaction far more harshly than it does error. The person who tries and fails will learn and adapt. The person who does nothing gains nothing and grows nothing. Risk is not the enemy, regret is. The pain of risk is temporary. The pain of lost opportunity is forever. How do you cultivate the habit of acting on opportunities? You must become intentional. Every morning, remind yourself that you are a person of action. Write it down. I seize opportunity. I move quickly. I am bold in the face of uncertainty. Affirm it. Speak it out loud. Then, throughout your day, look for moments where hesitation arises. When you sense it, act, override the instinct to delay. Call it the 2-minute rule. If a decision will move you forward, don't allow yourself more than 2 minutes of deliberation. Train speed into your psyche. Learn to embrace discomfort. Discomfort is the signpost that you are growing. If an opportunity scares you, it is likely the right one. Move toward fear, not away from it. The things you fear most, rejection, failure, embarrassment, are the very things that stand between you and the life you desire. Every breakthrough is preceded by a moment of discomfort. Let that discomfort become your compass. Build accountability into your life. Tell others what you are committed to. Let the world know you are a person who acts. When you declare your intentions, you increase the stakes. Surround yourself with others who value action. Distance yourself from chronic procrastinators and pessimists. Their energy will pull you down. Instead, align with those who move fast, who encourage risk, who see possibility everywhere. Never allow yourself to settle for good enough. Mediocrity is the enemy of greatness. It is the slow death of the soul. If you sense that you are coasting, shake yourself out of it. Set bigger goals. Take on challenges that stretch you. The muscle of action, like any muscle, atrophies if it is not used. Push yourself into situations where you must grow or fail. Welcome the pressure. Pressure is a privilege. It means you are in the arena, not on the sideline. To become the person who seizes opportunity, you must be willing to outgrow the old version of yourself. The you that hesitated, doubted, and delayed must die so that the you who acts, creates, and builds can be born. Reinvent yourself daily. Every morning, declare, today I move. Today I build my future. Today I refuse to let another chance slip away. If you do this long enough, you will transform not just your habits, but your identity. Never underestimate the power of small actions. Sometimes the greatest opportunities come disguised as tiny doors. The introduction you almost skipped. The skill you almost learned. The invitation you almost declined. Say yes to life. Welcome its messiness. Open yourself to the unknown. As you move, you will attract more opportunities. Success, after all, is drawn to those in motion. Remember, you do not need the approval of others to act. The approval you crave must come from within. Build your self-respect by honoring your word to yourself. When you say you will act, act. When you promise yourself a new standard, live up to it. Each small victory over hesitation builds an unbreakable confidence. Finally, develop the discipline to review your day. Each night, ask yourself, did I act or did I delay? Where did I hesitate? What chance did I allow to slip away? Vow to do better tomorrow. Improvement is the accumulation of daily victories over your lesser self. Let today be the day you begin the habit of boldness. Opportunity is a river, not a pond. You cannot step into the same water twice. Act now and watch as life delivers rewards to those who refuse to wait. You have gone far enough with theory. Now comes the trial of reality, where so many retreat, but the determined press forward. If you still carry the illusion that opportunity will come as a well-wrapped package marked guaranteed success, dismiss it. Life deals its gifts disguised as problems, challenges, and discomfort. There is no golden path, no secret door reserved for the chosen. The ones who advance are the ones who answer life's demands, not by shrinking, but by rising. You will never know your power until you act in the face of uncertainty. It is easy to make promises in comfort. It is achievement to execute them in chaos. The habit of waiting, of telling yourself not yet, is a mental poison. You train your subconscious to accept delay as normal. But in the world of achievement, waiting is costly. Every second you postpone, you invite more doubt, more fear, more inertia. The opportunity you put off is the opportunity you most often lose. Time once lost cannot be recaptured. The moment is the only possession you truly have. Life is constantly shifting. What is possible today may be impossible tomorrow. So act now. You may think others have more advantages, connections, education, wealth, or luck. But the plain truth is this. The greatest advantage is an unyielding bias for action. Show me a person who acts, who moves despite feeling unprepared, and I will show you a person who inevitably surpasses those content to merely plan. Action creates clarity. It is the solution to confusion and the destroyer of doubt. You will never be ready. Nobody ever is. Those who win are those who begin, for beginning is the point at which all progress and all learning begin. You must recognize that obstacles are not evidence that you should stop. They are the very evidence that you are on the path to growth. Life tests resolve, not desire. The minute you step into the unknown, resistance will meet you. You will be challenged by critics, tripped by setbacks, and taunted by your own doubts. But these are the signals you're doing something worth doing. If you are not facing opposition, you are playing too small. Every opportunity is a test, not of your intelligence or resources, but of your courage. Most people surrender to circumstances, letting events dictate their effort and fate. The winners flip the script. They dictate their circumstances by effort and resolve. They impose their will on reality by showing up, doing the work, and refusing to let setbacks define them. Persistence is your true advantage. Many give up after the first rejection, the first failed attempt, the first uncomfortable moment. Be the one who outlasts. Remember, life's greatest rewards come after most have quit. There is a reason few people become truly successful. Success is uncomfortable. It demands that you become someone new, shed your old skin, and face the unknown. The temptation to go back to what is familiar, easy, and safe will always be present. But comfort is the enemy of achievement. Growth and comfort never ride the same horse. Each day, do one thing that scares you. Each day, act before you feel completely ready. This habit will serve you far more than any book or seminar. Most will say, but what if I fail? Failure is simply feedback, nothing more. It is life's way of teaching, guiding, and shaping you. No one worth admiring has been spared failure. The only true failure is refusing to try, for that guarantees mediocrity. Let failure become your teacher, not your jailer. Ask, what did I learn? How can I adjust? Every setback carries a seed of equal or greater benefit if you search for it. Most people search for excuses instead. Excuses are the crutches of the timid. Discard them. To become a person who grabs opportunity, you must cultivate self-trust. You build trust by keeping promises to yourself, by acting when you say you will. Do not betray yourself with constant hesitation. Each act of courage, each instance of decisive action, wires confidence deeper into your mind. Your word must become law to yourself. If you say, I will do this, then let nothing stop you. When you build this reputation with yourself, you become unstoppable. Your environment matters. Are you surrounded by those who lift you higher, or by those who drain your ambition? Seek the company of action takers, optimists, and creators. Distance yourself from cynics, naysayers, and procrastinators. Their energy will infiltrate your thinking and suffocate your drive. Mastermind groups, alliances with other achievers, and mentors are critical. As I said before, no mind is complete by itself. All truly great minds have been reinforced through contact with others that allowed them to grow and expand. Make this a priority. Guard your input. Just as a body grows weak on poor food, your mind weakens on poor information. Limit news, gossip, and pointless distraction. Feed yourself inspiration, strategies, stories of triumph and tenacity. Write your goals, review them, see yourself achieving them. Each day, set intentions and act on them. This discipline, over time, separates the remarkable from the average. You will find, as you practice this philosophy, that serendipity begins to operate in your favor. Opportunities start to appear that you had not noticed before. People, resources, and ideas gravitate to you. Is this luck? No. It is the law of cause and effect. By acting, you send out a signal, a frequency that calls the world to respond. You become a magnet for solutions, a lighthouse to those with shared vision. Never underestimate the cumulative power of action. Success does not arrive in a thunderclap. It comes as the result of thousands of seemingly insignificant choices to move forward. Each time you act in spite of doubt, you move closer. Each time you say yes to a new challenge, you expand your capacity. Over months and years, these choices become destiny. If you want to be remembered, if you want your life to matter, start acting now. The world remembers those who dare. Your legacy is written not in the dreams you pondered, but in the actions you dared to take. What is the use of untapped potential, of silent gifts, of dreams shelved for a later that never arrives? Take your place among the few who did not wait for perfect conditions. Become the person who, when a chance appeared, seized it without hesitation. Decide now, what have you put off? What opportunity have you let slip through your fingers? Identify it, recommit, and move forward with resolve. Let this be the turning point where you replace hesitation with action, fear with faith, comfort with courage. The greatest pain you can ever know is the pain of a chance unclaimed. The greatest reward is to look back and say, I moved when others stalled. I built while others only talked. I lived fully, and I left nothing on the table. That is the only true success. There is no substitute for boldness. As the chapters of your life turn, let each page be marked by decisive movement, relentless pursuit, and a refusal to let opportunity pass you by. Life waits for no one. Seize it, shape it, and let your actions be your monument. The world belongs to those who do. A man or woman who learns to act with speed and conviction becomes a living force of nature. The masses sit on the banks, gazing at the flowing river of opportunity, mourning each chance swept away by indecision. Yet you are not meant to remain among the watchers. You are built to step into the current and direct its power. Stop underestimating the silent influence of momentum. One small step creates a ripple that grows into an unstoppable tide. When you let go of hesitation and demand action from yourself, you ignite a chain reaction that even you will be astonished to witness. You have heard tales of luck, but what you perceive as luck is the visible result of unseen hours, an avalanche unleashed by the patient collection of many snowflakes. The truly lucky are those who were prepared, those who had done the work before the world was watching, who answered the call without waiting for applause. Those who collect skills, cultivate relationships, and push themselves beyond comfort are inevitably the ones standing in the right place when fortune appears. The world conspires with those who conspire with themselves. Every opportunity is like a bird that lands just within reach. It flutters, uncertain, testing your resolve. Most people make the fatal mistake of waiting for the bird to land on their hand, but it rarely does. The successful reach out, gently but firmly, and seize it before it takes flight again. If you train yourself to move without delay, you will find that chances become more frequent, not because there are suddenly more, but because your vision sharpens and your will quickens. Indecision clouds perception, confidence illuminates it. The enemy of achievement is not ignorance, but the comfort of the familiar. Your mind is a powerful servant, but a dangerous master, often weaving stories of caution and reasons to wait. Understand this: your thoughts are not always your friends. The same mind that dreams up greatness can, if left unchecked, fabricate elaborate excuses and amplify small fears into paralyzing obstacles. If you let this inner voice dictate your actions, you become a spectator in your own story. You must turn your mind from saboteur into servant, train it, discipline it, and demand action aligned with your highest goals. Burn into your memory this principle. Growth always wears the mask of inconvenience. Opportunity is often disguised as effort. The majority retreat at the first hint of discomfort, but you must learn to embrace it, to seek it out as a signpost of progress. The most valuable doors are guarded by the dragons of resistance, fatigue, rejection, and even failure. What most call defeat, the wise recognize as the tuition of success. Every no you hear, every setback you encounter is a test of your seriousness. The universe will not yield its prizes to the faint-hearted. To claim your place among the accomplished, you must transform your relationship with risk. Most see risk as a threat. You must see it as a teacher. True security is never found in inaction. It is built through repeated, courageous decisions. Each risk you take, calculated and intelligent, is an act of faith in yourself and in the abundance of possibility. The person who never risks never grows. Their world shrinks, while the brave expand theirs with every leap. There will be moments when you are misunderstood, doubted, or outright ridiculed. This is the tax every pioneer pays. The crowd finds comfort in numbers, but the path to achievement is often lonely, walked only by those with the courage to act when others hesitate. Do not expect your dreams to be validated by consensus. If you wait for universal approval, you will wait forever. Your certainty must come from within, stoked by desire, forged by discipline, and tested by adversity. Examine the patterns of your past. How many times have you allowed opportunities to slip by because you were waiting for more information, more time, or a perfect alignment of conditions? How often have you said, one day, only to see that day never arrive? The cost of lost opportunity is invisible but devastating. It is the slow, silent decay of potential. Promise yourself, never again will you surrender a chance to hesitation or fear. You must build a mind that is swift to decide and bold to execute. Set yourself daily challenges. When a decision appears, make it quickly and act. This is not recklessness, but the cultivation of a new habit, a reflex for progress. With practice, you will find that the world favors the decisive, that doors open faster for those who knock firmly and often. Opportunity respects those who respect themselves enough to step forward. Train your attention on solutions, not problems. The majority become experts in what can go wrong, spending their mental energy cataloging obstacles. Winners focus on possibilities, on what they can do right now with what they have. They do not wait for inspiration. They manufacture it through motion. They do not pray for the path to be easier. They ask for greater strength. There's nothing mystical about this. Results are the byproduct of energy applied in a single direction. Remember, there are seasons in every pursuit. Some days bring progress, others bring setback. But every action, every lesson learned, every connection made accumulates. Even your failures are assets if you learn their lessons and keep moving. The only true waste is inaction, for nothing is gained from what you do not attempt. Guard your confidence like a treasure. Doubt is infectious, one whisper, and soon it multiplies. Build routines that reinforce belief. Write your goals. Read them daily. Surround yourself with people of action and keep evidence of your progress visible. Revisit your achievements, however small. Each victory plants the seed of a greater one to come. Resist the temptation to compare your journey with others. The race is not to the swift, but to the relentless. Each person's road is unique, paved with individual trials and moments of choice. Your only measure is your own progress. Are you moving forward? Are you making decisions faster? Are you acting in spite of doubt? If the answer is yes, you are on the right track. If not, recalibrate and begin again immediately. Let there be no confusion. There is no master plan that exempts you from the laws of the universe. To receive, you must ask. To succeed, you must act. Each day you delay, you signal to the world that you are not ready. Each day you leap, the world races to meet you halfway. Opportunity is always present, but it visits most those who are already moving. Be in motion. Be ready. Be relentless. Before you let another chance slip away, engrave this law in your heart. You are the author of your future. The pen is always in your hand. Whether you write bold chapters of achievement or timid paragraphs of regret, choose now to write with courage. Let your actions outpace your doubts. Let your dreams be the fuel that powers your daily work. Opportunity will not wait for you to feel ready. It will not wait for your fears to subside. The only question is whether you will meet it with open arms or let it vanish. One more what if in a life that could have been extraordinary. Every day, every hour, the clock resets. Life does not care about your past failures, only your present resolve. The person you wish to become is only a decision away. Make it, act on it. Become relentless, and the world, in time, will yield. The world will test you, sometimes to the breaking point. But you must remember that every adversity is, at its core, a disguised opportunity. It is not enough to simply wait for better days. Realize this. Better days are not given. They're constructed by those who refuse to bow before the storms of life. Most people are so busy avoiding discomfort that they don't notice the doors that pain and challenge fling wide open. Do not join their ranks. You must become the person who welcomes hardship as a sculptor welcomes a block of raw marble, eager to carve something remarkable from resistance. Instead of asking, "Why me?" demand of yourself, "What must I build from this?" This is the defining mindset of those who seize opportunity where others see only obstacles. Let it be clear. Every day wasted in worry or hesitation is a day that might have held a breakthrough, a connection, or a lesson that would have brought you closer to your vision. There is a price for every delay, and it's paid in regret, not currency. Too many souls linger in the waiting room of their own lives, imagining that one day a grand announcement will be made. You are ready now. That day never comes for those who wait. The future belongs only to those who seize today, who treat every moment as the launching point for their next advancement. Don't be seduced by the comfort of routine if it breeds stagnation. Most people think they're stable when, in reality, they're simply stuck. The man or woman who expects success to show up while they do the same old thing will be disappointed. You must disrupt your patterns. Force yourself to outgrow yesterday's limits. If you want to step into bigger shoes, you must be willing to leave your old pair behind, no matter how well worn and familiar they've become. Every advancement in your life will require you to give up something, an outdated habit, an old belief, a circle of influence that no longer serves you. Make the hard decisions and act on them now. You need to become ruthless with your time. Those who drift let minutes slip through their fingers, unaware that they are squandering their most precious resource. Stop filling your days with busyness that accomplishes nothing. Identify what moves you forward and double down. Every hour you dedicate to high-value activity is a seed that multiplies into a harvest of opportunity. Discard the trivial and pour yourself into what matters most. When you look back, you won't remember the easy hours. You will remember the days you pushed yourself, the days you risked more, the days you moved even when you were tired, uncertain, or alone. It is a grave mistake to think you must have it all together before you move. Action is the mother of clarity. The person who acts learns more in a month than the idle do in a decade. You will never know everything, but you know enough to begin. Success is a dance with the unknown, and only those who are willing to take the first step, awkwardly and imperfectly, ever master it. You cannot wait for all the lights to turn green before you leave the driveway. Start driving, and you will find your route as you go. Each problem you encounter is a signpost, not a stop sign. Opportunity, when it arrives, does not shout your name. It whispers, testing your awareness, testing your initiative. Will you spot it? Will you act? That is the only question life ever asks of you. Learn to trust your instincts, but also train them by relentless exposure to new experiences, by learning voraciously, by associating with doers, not dreamers. Confidence comes from evidence. Give yourself evidence by acting, by achieving, by failing and recovering. Each forward step is proof that you are a person of movement, not excuses. As you grow, your circle must grow with you or be replaced. You become like those you spend the most time with. If you are surrounded by complainers, you will complain. If you surround yourself with creators, you will create. Audit your influences as you would audit your finances. Let go of anyone who drains your energy, who doubts your dreams, who plants fear where you are sowing faith. Be ruthless, not because you are cold, but because you are committed to your future. Discipline is not a punishment. It is the highest form of self-respect. Each time you do what you promised yourself, regardless of feeling, you build a reputation with yourself. You become someone you can trust, and trust is the foundation of greatness. The world will follow your lead. If you honor your own word, opportunity will honor you. Many talk of manifesting their dreams, but the law is simple. You manifest what you consistently work toward. The universe respects action. Thought without action is only a wish. Action turns that wish into a magnet for the resources, people, and events you require. Do not ask if you deserve success. Ask if you are becoming the person success cannot ignore. Are you becoming magnetic to possibility by how you show up, how you persevere, how you recover? Refuse to become a prisoner of your past. Your history may be a story of missed chances, but your destiny is written by what you choose now. Every mistake you've made, every loss, every failure can be converted into capital if you refuse to waste their lessons. Start again, but start wiser. Let each scar become a medal, not a shackle. The greatest fortunes, personal and financial, are built by those who refuse to be defined by what happened to them. They are defined by what they do about it. Never forget, even the smallest actions compound. A single call, a single idea followed through, a single yes when you could have said maybe later. These moments may appear trivial, but they build the staircase to success. What you do today will echo for years. Take yourself seriously enough to act, even if no one else is watching or cheering. Self-respect is the seed from which all accomplishment grows. The urge to wait for the perfect time is a siren song that has destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. There is no perfect time. There is only this moment. The courageous seize it, shape it, and let it carry them into the next. If you miss today's chance, tomorrow's will be more elusive. The more you act, the more chances appear. Action breeds opportunity. Inaction breeds regret. You are the architect, not the victim, of your future. Each choice you make to act, to pursue, to risk, is a stone laid in the foundation of your success. Build with care. Build with speed. Build with faith that the structure will stand even if you cannot see its final form from where you are. Others will be amazed at your progress, but you will know it was not luck or fate, but 1,000 deliberate choices compounded over time. In the end, the difference between the accomplished and the average is simple. The accomplished move while others watch. They act while others doubt. They invest in themselves while others find reasons not to. Do not let another chance slip away. Decide now. Become the person who is always in motion, who grabs hold of opportunity and refuses to let go until it bends to your will. That is the path of achievement, the way of the relentless, and the only guarantee that your future will be one of fulfillment rather than regret. Let this be your call to arms. Stand up. Move forward. The world is waiting to see what you will do next. Do not wait for the world's approval before you step into your destiny. The vast majority are still waiting for permission, waiting for consensus, waiting for a sign so unmistakable that even the most timid would be forced to act. That day never arrives. The man or woman who impacts history, who writes their own story, is the one who moves when the signal is still faint, when there is more uncertainty than clarity. And when fear tries to whisper its poisonous doubts, the world does not reward the hesitant. It bows to those who charge ahead, who dare greatly and embrace risk, not as an enemy, but as a necessary partner in the dance of progress. Success, as you will come to know, is not a matter of luck, lineage, or being in the right place at the right time. Success is the echo of daily choices, repeated with such discipline that eventually the universe cannot help but yield. The clock is always ticking. Every second you hesitate, someone else is seizing the chance you were meant to grasp. It is not enough to mean well. The graveyard of good intentions is full. What counts is execution. What counts is doing. Even when doing is uncomfortable, even when you are afraid, even when you are alone in your faith. Every move you make forges a future. Every step you do not take cements you in mediocrity. Let's destroy the myth of the right time. You have now. You have this breath, this hour, this opportunity. All else is an illusion. The individual who succeeds is the one who understands this, who leverages the fleeting present, who does not need conditions to be ideal. They know that progress is born out of imperfect moments. Stop praying for easy roads. Pray instead for the strength to walk any path, no matter how rugged or uncertain. Build a mind that is unshakable. This is the foundation on which every great achievement stands. There will be critics, let them talk. There will be skeptics, let them watch. Your purpose is not to convince them, but to convince yourself day after day by relentless pursuit and undeterred resilience. Your victories are not measured by applause, but by your own integrity, by the promises you keep to yourself when no one else is watching. Stand by your word. Finish what you start. The world takes notice of those who complete what others only begin. Energy is everything. Carry yourself with the conviction of one who knows where they are going, even if you can see only the next step. Speak your goals into existence, not as hopes, but as declarations, and then match your speech with savage action. The subconscious mind is always listening, always taking notes on what you truly believe. Every word you utter about yourself, every private thought, is a brick laid in the construction of your future. Build with intention. Build with belief. And above all, build with the determination that you will not let another opportunity slip away because you failed to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, physically. Keep your vision vivid and close. Let it be the lens through which you filter every decision. Say no to what doesn't align. Ruthlessly cut away distractions and temptations that pull you off course. The temptation to quit, to compromise, to delay will attack you hardest when you are nearest the breakthrough. This is when you must double down. Remind yourself that fortune favors the bold, but only the persistent can hold on to it once it arrives. Most people stumble not at the start, but at the finish line. They tire, they second guess, they lose themselves in the comfort of good enough. Refuse to let yourself be counted among them. Chase the full measure of your dream until it is real, and then go beyond. If you wish to never again mourn a mischance, master the art of resilience. Life will knock you down. It is inevitable. Get up again and again. The secret of champions is not that they never fail, but that they refuse to remain on the ground. Every setback contains the seeds of equal or greater opportunity. If you are willing to keep moving, to keep learning, to keep your heart open to new possibilities. The best opportunities often arrive dressed as problems. The world's greatest fortunes, inventions, and breakthroughs began as disappointments or disasters, repurposed by men and women who refused to give up. Be strategic in your ambition. Stop chasing every shiny object. Instead, dig deep where you are. Develop expertise, discipline, and a reputation for follow-through. Opportunity multiplies for those who finish. When you become known as someone who does what they say, doors swing open that would otherwise stay shut. Success is not just what you achieve, but who you become in the process. Become the person whose very presence inspires action in others, whose standards elevate every room they enter. Remember, the fastest way to accelerate your ascent is to lift others as you climb. Share your knowledge. Multiply your efforts by building alliances with other ambitious souls. There is no competition for the person who creates value, solves problems, and builds relationships. Your future allies are everywhere, watching, waiting, searching for someone who embodies the spirit of action and reliability. Be that person. Finally, let your life be a warning to those who waste their days and a beacon to those who hunger for more. The pain of discipline will always be less than the pain of regret. Decide now, in this moment, that you will not let another chance slip away. Write your commitment. Speak your goals. Move with intention every day. When you look back, let it be with pride, not with longing for what could have been. Become relentless. Become unstoppable. And watch as opportunity, fortune, and destiny are compelled to follow in your wake. The rest of your story is waiting. Go seize it before it slips away for good. Understand that the greatest transformation begins after you have endured the test, after you have felt the fatigue of pushing past hesitation and the pain of rising from one setback after another. This is the space where most quit, where ordinary souls retreat and rationalize their surrender. But the rare, the truly determined, these are the ones who grasp that the real rewards are reserved for those who move beyond their former limits. They become so consumed by their purpose that the trivial concerns of the world no longer distract them. Their commitment hardens into an indomitable will. This is your moment to join their ranks. If you find yourself doubting, recall this truth. The world yields not to the wishers, but to the doers. You cannot stand in the river of opportunity and expect it to deliver riches to your feet. You must dive in, swim against the current if necessary, and claim your share with both hands. The stories of history's greats were written in chapters of risk, chapters of daily discipline, and chapters of relentless faith. You are no different, except in one crucial detail: whether you decide right now to act. The world will never again be as it is in this instant. There will never be another opportunity exactly like this one. Do not be the person who spends life collecting regrets, haunted by doors never opened. Burn into your consciousness that every single day is a test of your intent. Are you committed or merely interested? Will you rise to meet your purpose, or shrink back into comfort and safety? The universe rewards those who answer the call with action. Speak less of what you will do, and let your results speak for you. Refuse to announce every idea. Let your execution be so powerful that the world is forced to take notice. If you are serious about success, become known for what you accomplish, not what you intend. Guard your mind as your most valuable asset. Negative thoughts are thieves, silent, persistent, and deadly to ambition. They will whisper of your limits, magnify your failures, and draw you into comparison with others. Counter every doubt with decisive action. Replace every complaint with a solution. Choose the company of those who challenge and inspire you. Allow no room in your life for the small-minded, the jealous, or the bitter. You become what you allow. Never forget this. Channel your energies with ruthless focus. The world is awash in distractions. The average person is lost in endless loops of entertainment, worry, and trivial pursuits. This is why mediocrity is common and greatness is rare. Decide now that your days will be measured not in hours wasted, but in milestones achieved. Organize your mornings with intention. Begin each day by reaffirming your purpose. Prioritize the tasks that move you closer to your vision and complete them with excellence. Every act of discipline is a vote for the future you desire. Embrace failure as your teacher, not your enemy. Every misstep is a map guiding you away from what does not work and toward a more refined approach. Refuse to wallow in disappointment. Analyze your setbacks with a clear eye, extract the lesson, and try again. The persistent are not spared from failure. They simply refuse to let it stop them. Your mistakes, when leveraged correctly, are worth more than 1,000 days spent hesitating. There is a hidden profit in adversity for those wise enough to seek it. Never, under any circumstance, allow the world's skepticism to become your own. The visionaries, the pioneers, the self-made, they all walk through the valley of doubt, surrounded by critics, naysayers, and doubters. What set them apart was not immunity to criticism, but immunity to discouragement. Build an inner citadel of belief so strong that it cannot be shaken by outside voices. The noise will fade. Your results will endure. Sharpen your decision-making. The quickest way to lose is to delay. Success belongs to the swift, to those who can make decisions and commit to them. Analyze when necessary, but act before analysis becomes paralysis. Indecision is the assassin of dreams. Commit to your course, adjust as you go, and trust that clarity comes from engagement, not contemplation. The road is revealed to those who start walking. Carry yourself as one who expects to win. Walk with purpose. Dress, speak, and act in a way that reflects your standards and vision. You teach others how to treat you by the example you set. Refuse to diminish yourself for the comfort of others. Success does not come to those who apologize for their ambition. It comes to those who pursue it boldly, unapologetically, relentlessly. Establish a daily ritual of visualization and affirmation. See yourself every morning and every night already possessing the success you seek. Feel the emotions of accomplishment. Speak your affirmations aloud with conviction. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. It will begin to reshape your beliefs, habits, and opportunities in alignment with your dominant thoughts. This is not fantasy. This is mental conditioning, and it is the tool of every high achiever. Invest in lifelong learning. The fastest way to accelerate your progress is to continually upgrade your skills and understanding. Read, listen, study. Seek mentors who have already achieved what you desire. Model their strategies, avoid their mistakes, and improve upon their systems. The more valuable you become, the more opportunities will gravitate towards you. Success is not a secret. It is a process, open to anyone who is willing to pay the price in discipline and self-mastery. Give more than you take. The law of compensation is immutable. What you sow, you will reap, multiplied. Offer your help, your service, your expertise without keeping score. In the short term, the world may overlook your contributions, but in the long term, it never fails to return your investment many times over. Develop a reputation for generosity, reliability, and integrity, and the right people and resources will find their way into your life. As you reach the end of this journey, recognize the truth that every day is a new beginning. The final chapter is never written, because success is not a destination but a continual evolution. The moment you grow complacent, the world will begin to pass you by. Stay hungry. Remain curious. Let no day close without moving one step closer to the life you envision. When you stumble, rise with more urgency. When you win, stay humble and aim higher. In the end, greatness is a decision made and remade each morning. It is a pattern of thought, a way of being, an unbreakable promise to yourself that you will not let another opportunity pass you by. Summon the courage to do what others will not, to sacrifice comfort for growth, and to chase your purpose as if your life depends on it, because it does. As you finish these words, let them mark the start of action. Let them be the spark that ignites a fire you refuse to let die out. You have wasted enough chances. Now is your time to act, to become, to create a legacy that endures. The world does not owe you a single thing, but it will yield everything to the one who decides with unyielding faith and relentless effort that their moment has arrived and they will not let it slip away. Make that decision. Take that step. Rewrite your story starting now.